Me and Eddie really did not get along.
In real life?
In real life.
I did not know this.
Yeah. Like
okay.
we didn't get. But every single week before taping, we'd come together. We'd put our hands together. We'd bow and we'd pray before we go out there.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by name.
Whatever happened to integrity, man, huh? How many brothers got to wear?
The actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, widely known for starring in the hit TV sitcom The Cosby Show, has died.
For 4 straight.
On the surface, Malcolm and Eddie looked like just another late 90s sitcom. 2 young black stars, cracking jokes, delivering laughs, building what seemed like a lighthearted cultural footprint. But the audience never saw what was really happening behind the curtains. Malcolm Jamal Warner, once America's beloved Theo Huxtable, and Eddie Griffin, one of comedy's rawest truth-tellers, weren't just working on a TV set. They were walking onto a battlefield. Every script turned into a standoff. Every episode became an act of resistance. Malcolm, who had grown up in the nation's living rooms as the clean-cut symbol of black excellence, was suddenly expected to trade dignity for cheap laughs. Eddie Griffin, with his sharp eyes and sharper tongue, noticed the sinister pattern. Hollywood had a playbook. Break down strong black men, strip them of masculinity, pressure them into humiliating roles, and reward compliance with fame. Eddie called it the emasculation program, a ritual every black male star was forced to face. For 4 years, these 2 men weren't just acting. They were fighting psychological warfare, disguised as television entertainment. What fans saw as comedy, the men lived as combat. They fought until the system retaliated. The show, Malcolm, and Eddie aired 88 episodes, exactly 12 short of the magic 100, the mark of syndication that could have guaranteed generational wealth for both families. That coincidence wasn't a coincidence at all. It was punishment, a deliberate cutoff designed to deny them financial independence. Hollywood's unwritten law is simple. If you resist, you will not prosper. Malcolm became known behind closed doors as difficult, a man unwilling to play the clown. Eddie, branded as unpredictable, a wild card the industry couldn't control. Together, they became too dangerous. So the machine buried them. Malcolm was quietly blackballed, boxed out of major projects, while Eddie's career was reduced to scattered comedy specials, many of which doubled as coded dispatches, warnings about the system. Eddie never stopped calling out the cycle. Build a man up, strip him down, push him into humiliation, then destroy him if he resists. And Malcolm? He carried those scars quietly. He knew survival meant compromise, and for years he bit his tongue, choosing silence over total erasure. But silence always has an expiration date. Something shifted in Malcolm Jamal Warner's final year. The quiet diplomacy ended. The careful steps disappeared. The man who once avoided confrontation began speaking, with a clarity that stunned fans who remembered Theo Huxtable's boyish smile. His Instagram turned into a digital battlefield, with poems and videos openly calling out the psychological programming Hollywood used to keep black entertainers in check. He accused the music industry of deliberately feeding poison into black culture, glorifying violence, degrading women, celebrating chains and addictions while silencing art that uplifted. He spoke on stereotypes being weaponized, not as entertainment, but as psychological warfare. And he wasn't vague. He named names. He pointed to puppet masters who controlled narratives from the shadows. The timing couldn't have been more explosive. Diddy was facing federal charges. Epstein's web of corruption was unraveling. Whispers of elite networks controlling media and culture were louder than ever. And suddenly, Malcolm, credible, respected, beloved, was saying what others were too scared to admit. For Eddie Griffin, watching his old brother in arms step forward, it wasn't inspiration. It was a red flag. Eddie had said it for years. The moment you stop playing safe, The moment you speak the truth out loud, you've already signed your own death warrant. Then, July 2025. The news broke like a thunderclap. Malcolm Jamal Warner, gone. Found dead in Costa Rica, an accidental drowning. No witnesses, no foul play, just another tragedy, the headline said. But the people who understood the game knew better. The timing was surgical. His awakening had reached its peak. His posts were louder, his podcast was cutting deeper, his interviews were tearing down stereotypes the machine profited from. And suddenly, just like so many before him, he was gone. Eddie Griffin's tribute arrived instantly. No PR polish, no staged condolences, just raw battlefield language. He didn't call Malcolm a co-star. He didn't just call him a friend. He called him a warrior, a soldier who went to war against the Hollywood machine. That wasn't casual grief, that was confirmation. To Eddie, this wasn't an accident. It was a silencing, a pattern that conspiracy watchers had tracked for years. Think about it. Michael Jackson, dead just before regaining control of his empire. Prince, gone while battling for ownership of his masters. Whitney Houston, silenced just as her truth about industry abuse was resurfacing. Bill Cosby, destroyed the moment he tried to buy NBC. Hollywood's timing is never random. It's a weapon. And Malcolm's drowning. To those who knew the war, it wasn't fate. It was strategy. To grasp why Malcolm became so dangerous, you have to know about Michelle Thomas, the love of his life, the woman who died in 1998, shaping every choice he made afterward. She wasn't just his co-star on The Cosby Show. She was his compass, his anchor, the one who reminded him that integrity was survival. While other young actresses were being pressured into exploitation, Michelle stood firm, choosing dignity over fame. When cancer claimed her life at 28, Malcolm was at her side, holding her until her final breath. For the next 27 years, every decision he made ran through one filter. What would Michelle have done? That compass kept him alive in an industry designed to corrupt. But in his final months, something changed. He stopped filtering. He stopped softening. He started speaking with the exact moral clarity Michelle embodied. A clarity too pure for Hollywood to tolerate. His last Instagram post, where he said he was tired of running for shade, wasn't just venting. It was Malcolm stepping fully into the warrior role Michelle had trained him for. And that's when the machine struck. Eddie Griffin, in his tribute, wasn't just mourning, he was sending a coded message. Malcolm died in the war we've been fighting all along. His drowning was the machine's final punishment for refusing to bow. The pattern is undeniable. In Hollywood's secret war against conscious black entertainers, nobody leaves clean. Those who resist don't get to retire quietly. They get erased. Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't just an actor. He was a soldier who broke silence, who exposed the programming, who turned his platform into a battlefield. And because of that, the machine claimed him. But Eddie's tribute ensured one thing. His death won't be forgotten. It won't be dismissed as another random tragedy. It will stand as proof of the playbook. Proof that Eddie Griffin's darkest warnings were right. Proof that in Hollywood, truth-tellers don't just lose careers, they lose their lives. Malcolm Jamal Warner's final act was choosing truth over survival. And in doing so, he became what Eddie always knew he was, a warrior who fought the machine to his last breath.